Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest and welcome to June 12, 2024. We're only 2 days away from the most significant day on the calendar, not the investing calendar, just the calendar for obvious reasons. Well, it may not be obvious to you, but it's definitely obvious to me. And a pretty negative day on the market. I have just come back from cleaning the bathroom, as we all must do at one point in our lives. And I'm now really looking forward to doing this video because I have no idea how the market had performed until I opened up this particular website, Market Index. And yeah, we're down. I'm a little bit surprised we are down by this much. It seems like we're a little bit more negative than the American markets. In fact, the Nasdaq was up. And in fact, the number one company of the day is an American-based company, a company we all know about. In fact, I'd say 50% of us probably own some of their products. And I was a little bit surprised to see that company share price performance overnight. So that's the company coming in number one. And that probably proves, or probably, what's a better word? Probably indicates that today was fairly when it comes to announcements. But I did find four other ASX announcements that were okay at the very least. A few others didn't make it, but there was not much substance in today's announcement. So the agenda for today's video, I'll have a look at a few tweets, a couple of tweets, including bears, and bears are my favorite animal in the world. In fact, I was bitten by a bear when I was 6 years old in America. Yes, it's a true story. It was a bear cub, and it didn't exactly bite me, but it did take my finger into its mouth, and then I yanked my finger out, and the bear cub's teeth are fairly sharp, tore my finger apart. And ever since then, I've had a fascination with bears. On the same trip, my parents took me and my sisters to Disney World, or Disneyland, I think it would have been. And they took us on Magic Mountain, which was a roller coaster in the dark. And I was terrified. And I have had a love of roller coasters ever since. Some people would go the complete opposite way and build an aversion or a phobia against those things, against bears and roller coasters. I went the other way. I built a fascination on those things. So I love bears, particularly polar bears. In fact, one of the things I want to do during the next or the rest of my life is to go and see a polar bear in its natural habitat. Anyway, I'm going on a bit of a tangent, but that's probably proof that nothing much happened today. So a few tweets, then we'll have a look at the ASX today, including best performing sectors, indices, and companies, which I forgot about in yesterday's video. Not completely forgot about it, but when I did the ASX today, I forgot to do that. And then we'll have a look at the top 5 announcements of the day, and that's it, because no other announcements really are worthy of paying attention to. And I'll have a look at one chart, and maybe this company can be the stock of the day. I was going to take a position. In fact, I put a bin in for this company at 4.1 cents, and share price now is 7 cents. It got to 4.2 cents. I was being a little bit too cute, putting a bid in at 4.1 cents. I nearly got hit, and I would have loved owning some shares in this company. It's gone a really, really nice tear, and it's. I have mentioned this company in the past week or so, and it is a data center company. Anyway, let's go and have a look at some of these tweets. Now, I've never really introduced any video, but here's one. A professional bear guide demonstrates what to do if a bear charges at you. This was released or written, or what he tweeted, that's the word, 15 hours ago. It has had 21 million views. So let's see if I can get the volume up. Hopefully this has volume. Yes, let's have a look. And that is exactly what you do if a bear is charging at you. Exactly what you do. Now, when I have been hiking in the United States and Canada, I usually take bear spray with me. And I have seen bears, but I've never had to use my bear spray before. And yeah, it's had a very enjoyable experiences when I've seen bears in the wild. And there's another one. This is a great one. Don't need sound for this one. In fact, let's go from the start. This is just a bear being a good citizen. And here it is. Go from the start. This is the bear being a good citizen. Downturned cone, and look what the bear does. This bear deserves Citizen of the Year, putting the cone in the right spot or place. So congratulations, Bear. You have been awarded the best citizen of the year. Just not a good citizen, the best. Not many people will actually do that. Any other tweets? So David Hunter says, there are lots of nervous investors all of a sudden. I'm seeing a lot of bearish talk this weekend. On the other hand, I'm as bullish as ever. Bullish on the equity markets, bullish on the bond markets, bullish on the metals and miners. These markets are poised to head higher, not lower. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if I completely agree with David Hunter, but I don't know if I completely disagree with him. And Australia played in Namibia. Did we win? If we lost this, that'd be horrendous. Anyway, Australia would have won that by an absolute bloodbath, I would assume. There we go. Yep, a bloodbath. We won in 5.4 overs, 9 wickets and 5.4 overs. I would prefer to see United States do well. I don't support United States in many sporting events apart from the cricket, and they're actually doing well right now. They beat Pakistan the other day for those who are paying attention. That's all I have in regards to tweets. And I am talking probably less investing than other stuff in today's video. So let's have a look at the ASX today. And I am still sweating for some reason. Cleaning a bathroom is hard work if it's messy or dirty. Anyway, my parents are coming tomorrow, by the way. That's why I'm cleaning. Anyway, so what has happened on the ASX today? And this is not the first time I've looked at this, because when I started preparing for this video and in preparation, it only takes me about 1 minute to open everything up. And the other thing I did was just refresh the announcements just to see if there was any interesting announcements after the last announcement I looked at, which would have been not Thrive Tribe. It would have been genetic signatures at 9:45 a.m. That was the last announcement I looked, the last price-sensitive announcements I looked. I noticed Pat Gold had a resignation of the managing director, so it'd be interesting to see if that company share price is down. And Big Tin Can went into a trading halt for no reason yet. So they did a capital raising, and it's going to be interesting to see. We can actually see now down 25%. It's, yeah, the discount, the capital raising discount was it 30%? It was share price was 14 cents. They did the capital raising at 10 cents. I went to Hot Copper just to see the mood of investors of Big Tin Can, and whoa, oh, yeah, they're not happy at all, and it's understandable. Yeah, there's some of the words they use to describe the company and management. Woo. Anyway, so let's have a look at the ASX today, and everything's down. Looks like energy, except energy is up. So uranium, maybe Woodside, Santos, oil, gas, those sort of companies. So energy's had a good day today. Staples, telecommunications, okay, relatively speaking, and utilities, discretionary, bad days. Wasn't it yesterday discretionary had an okay day? So discretionary utilities, those sectors are more influenced by interest rates changes than other sectors. Discretionary utilities because it's sort of like a proxy bond, and discretionary if the market or we're concerned that inflation is a little bit more sticky and interest rates might rise, discretionary will be hit as well. Materials, not a good day again. Healthcare, IT, industrials, all down by the same amount. Banks down 0.5%. Gold down 0.58%. And if we do look at the rest of the indices, more than likely, the only index that has done well today will be energy. There is energy up 0.7%. Now let's have a look at the ASX 20. And I'm going to say in the ASX 20, 5 companies are up, 15 down. No, 6 up, 14 down. 14th of June. 6 up, 14 down. Oh, well, that's the wrong one. 6 up, 14 down. 6 up, 14 down. Oh, 15 down, 4 up, 1 flat. And the 4 companies that are up, Woodside, Santos, Origin. Is Origin in the top 20? No, is it? I don't think it is. Let's have, so what else did well? Instead of me making a fool of myself, let's have a look. Woodside, Woolworths, QB Insurance, and Santos. Well, I've got 2 of the 4 right. I don't think QBE, that's not QBE, it's not, Origin's not in here, is it? It's not. So there was no other energy company here. So I was trying to think of another energy company, and that's why I got lost a little bit. So Woolworths, yeah, Staples. Yeah, Santos, QBE, whatever you call insurance companies, financials. And the worst performing companies, WiseTech, West Farmers, Rio Tinto, CSL, and Fortescue. So iron ore must have had another bad day because Rio Tinto and Fortescue are towards the bottom of this group, and BHP down almost 1%. Now let's have a look at the best performing companies and the worst performing companies, just to see if there's any interesting companies on this particular list by percentage change. Companies I have heard of and don't really care about. And one company here I've never heard of, Reach Resources, RR1, up 41.6% on okay turnover. And I'm pretty sure this company did release an announcement today, but it's not the sort of announcement I am going to be excited about. I'm pretty sure this was about Biome. Yeah, Biome. This is another Biome and exceptional REE results. Is that either that's rare earths or it's mineral sands? No idea. I don't get excited about these sort of announcements, but let's have a look at the chart just because I've never heard of this company before. RR1 Reach Resources, and the chart looks meh. I'm going to put this onto my high volume spec because this is a good high volume day. And the chart looks up. So I'm not interested at all in that company at all. Vector Spy Systems, and nothing else really. There's DXN. Jeez, that's the company I'm going to talk about later in the video. Up again 18%. It was up 20% yesterday, up another 18% today. Could have bought shares in this company at 4.1 cents. Now it's 7.1 cents. And Biome. There is a company on my top 5 announcements of the day, up 15.63%. Announcement I do like, but it would have come in number 1, but I decided to put this other company that we all know exists. And if you don't know this company exists, probably time to get out of your cave. Although you probably wouldn't be watching this video, so you wouldn't even know. So let's have a look by market cap. So Emerald Resources, Gold, Judo Capital, nice day. Drone Shield, another really nice day for Drone Shield. In fact, I'm going to have a look at Drone Shield chart. I haven't had a look at this chart for a while. I am a shareholder, so I don't really look at this company's chart all that often. And Demerix, another good day. So 2 companies who are really bullish right now, Drone Shield and Demerix, keep having really good days. Anything else here? No, St. Barbara. Nothing else here. So let's have a look at the worst performing companies. Very low turnover. 2 of the first 4 have turnover less than $1,000. Nuchev, and Bentley Capital. There's Big Tin Can. So Big Tin Can down 25%. One of the worst performing companies today. Another capital raising, and yes, I'm so happy I am not a shareholder of that company. Woo, gee, down 80% in a year. So I'm pretty sure. I think I mentioned this yesterday. They had a takeover bid at 80 cents. Was it last year or the year before? They knocked that back. I could be mistaken, a little bit mistaken here. They knocked that back, and then they did capital raising shortly after at 60 cents. And that's one of the reasons why shareholders are pissed off right now. They could have been taken over at 80 cents. Current share price is 10 cents. Whew. And anything else here? Pac Gold, they saw their managing director resign or something. They're down 15%. So the market doesn't like that, which is sort of understandable, particularly if he's a well thought of managing director. If everyone hated him, then share price might have been up 15%, but he must have been well liked if the share price is down. Northern Minerals is down. The share price of that, or the chart of that company has been looking interesting because it's been popping up on my radar. Yeah, now it's just pulled back significantly today. Really good volume coming in. So this was a potentially good looking chart, but today down 14%. Now let's have a look by market cap. So Nickel Industries, so nickel must have had a bad day. Boss Energy, so energy had a good day, except Boss Energy. What is happening with Boss Energy? Is this just uranium again having another bad day? Boss Energy, oh, this is starting to look a little bit more ugly. If it falls below 380, that would be really bearish, wouldn't it? It's sort of in a, it's fallen 33% since the highs of $6. So Boss Energy looking pretty weak right now. Hyperion has popped up on a few of my scans. Hyperion, I don't even know what this company does. Hyperion X. And this is why. Look at that chart. The chart looks really nice. And this is just, maybe it's just a one-off. Don't know. But down 9% is not a good day for Hyperion X. Market cap of this company is 380 million. I have no idea what this company does. Let's have a Ganza. Development of low carbon titanium for advanced industries, including space, aerospace, electric vehicles, and 3D printing. Sounds intriguing, doesn't it? Okay. And what else do we have here? EBR has popped up to, so many companies who have popped up on my radar because their charts look good. So EBR Systems chart has been looking good. Yeah, beautiful uptrend. This is just possibly buy the dip situation. Share price is now into the short-term moving average channel. So if we do see the share price rally from here, the share price could rally from here. Not necessarily will, but it could. What else do we have here? Aries Resources, copper, and that's about it, I think. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, so let's get to the top 5 announcements of the day. Starting with number 5, a company that released an announcement yesterday, and that's Collins Food. And this is just probably proof that nothing much happened today. This is number 5. Now, of course, the top 5 announcements is all subjective. It's just my opinion. You might have your own top 5 announcements of the day, and maybe none of these companies would have made it into the list. Probably not number 1 because it's not an ASX company. So Collins Food released an announcement mentioning that their managing director and CEO is stepping down. Now, this might have been a negative announcement. So I actually did see this announcement. Oh, I wonder if the share price will sell off. And then I opened up the announcement and had a read on why he's resigned. And you can't fault this dude. So this guy is Mr. Drew Marley. And unfortunately, he was on a leave of absence because his wife was undergoing treatment for serious illness and she passed away. And he's just said there's more to life than being a CEO of a takeaway food company. And I'm assuming he's got other things to do, more important things to do than this. And I'm happy that he's doing this. So I'm glad that he's doing this. I don't know if he has children. Yeah, he says he's stepping down to focus on his family. I'm not even sure how old he is. So maybe he's not that old. So I'm just going to Google him. Mr. Drew Marley. There's a photo of him. He doesn't seem old, does he? So that's really even more tragic, where he doesn't seem all old. He probably has some kids. They're probably young, and stepping away from this role to look after his family, I think, is an amazing decision by him. And yeah, the share price is not down all that much, probably only down because of market shenanigans. And the share price of the company has been in a bit of a downtrend as well. So what I thought could have been a really bad announcement that the managing director and CEO is stepping down, or maybe he was pushed, I think this is not the story here. And the story should be recognizing that Mr. O'Malley is probably doing what's best for him and his family. And I think more people should do that. And I think it's fairly important to do that sort of thing. What comes number 1? I have been a manager of stuff before, and I've always said, what comes number 1 is not the company or the organization you're working for, it's your family. If something happens to your family, have a few days off. I don't care, because what matters is you, your health, your family. That's all number 1. The company organization comes in behind yourself. So he's doing what's best for him and his family. Anyway, the chart here looks negative for Collins Food. So I was trading this back in late last year. Share price looked like it was in a beautiful uptrend. It started to turn negative in February, and I sold out. You don't have to remain holding companies forever. And right now, the chart for Collins Food looks pretty negative. For those who don't know what Collins Foods does, by the way, they own KFC and Taco Bell. Not only in Australia, but also overseas. I'm pretty sure overseas. Okay, that's number 5, Collins Food. And I think the main reason I decided to include this company in top 5 announcements because I want to applaud Mr. O'Malley for doing what he's doing. Coming in number 4, we have Boom Logistics. This is an interesting one. And this has been popping up on my radar as well, my scans. Share price hasn't really gone up much today, if at any at all. Boom secures $12 million wind farm maintenance contract. So this is more of an okay announcement, but it sort of coincides with sentiment in this company shifting from, say, neutral to negative to positive. And just some of the wording in this has me a little bit more intrigued in this company. I've never considered Boom Logistics to be a high-quality company, not even close to being a high quality company. But they mention here, so this contract, wind farm maintenance contract, a significant contract engagement in the rapidly growing wind farm maintenance industry. Year-to-date contracts secured now exceed $186 billion. So there could be significant tailwinds behind this company. So have a read of this particular announcement from Boom Logistics. And this could be an interesting company over the next 5 years. So a company that I always thought of being really low quality may still be low quality, but a low quality company with significant tailwinds behind it can produce significant windfalls for their shareholders. So let's have a look at the chart for Boom Logistics, and you'll be able to see this shift in sentiment just by looking at the chart. Yeah, so this is the daily chart. So share price in a downtrend, from the start of 2022 through to the end of 2023. So 2-year downtrend, and the share price has moved into an uptrend. Now, where the share price is and how slow it's moving up, it's not probably the best trade for some people. But for me, I could find myself taking a position in this company because this is sort of like the sort of uptrend I love to see, sort of a general, a gradual uptrend. A lot of day traders wouldn't be at all interested in this company, and I like that. Now, if you look at the weekly chart, and this is sort of a sign that this is not a high quality company or has not been a high quality company. This is the weekly chart going back to 2013. It's done nothing. It's done nothing. I'm pretty sure, yeah, market cap 61 million. I'm pretty sure the company might be slightly profitable. Yeah, $3.83 million in the last half year after being loss-making or very small profits in the previous few half years. But revenue starting to climb. This is half-yearly numbers. Revenue starting to climb. So maybe this company is starting to see the effects of some tailwinds behind them, and this could be an interesting trade, maybe a longer-term trade. So that's Boom Logistics coming number 4. Could have came higher, to be honest with you. Maybe it should have beaten the next company, which is Triple M or Marley Spoon. I just want to call it Triple M because it's got 3 M's. Anyway, so they announced an annual general meeting, bus plus a voluntary delisting. Voluntary delisting. I have not opened this up. Share price down 10% has been, yeah, this is the low of the day. Typically, when a company voluntarily delists, they say things like this company is undervalued, it's not appreciated by the market, and we believe if we delist, we become more appreciated by investors. And typically, the share price of the company then drops 50% because typically, generally, companies who are listed on a stock market are valued higher for the exact same company. So if you have 2 companies who are exactly the same, if one company is listed on the ASX or any sort of equity market and the other company is not, the one that is listed on the equity market will be valued higher without doubt. Without doubt. It's one of the reasons if you see a company make an acquisition of a non-listed company, you'll see them buy this company for 4 times EBITDA. A company that is listed on the ASX or any exchange, they would never, very rarely have or be trading at 4 times EBITDA. And the reason behind that is unlisted companies tend to be cheaper because they have less access to capital. One of the reasons you go into the equity market is for better access to capital. So let's have a look to see why Marley Spoon. Maybe some of you have been a Marley Spoon customer. So they do those meal thingies that get delivered to your house, and I think they send you ingredients. They send you ingredients and maybe a recipe, and then you make the meal yourself. I personally don't understand it, but maybe for some people that's the way. Subscription-based meal kit provider. That's the best way to put it. Yeah. Okay, so they're delisting from the ASX, and are they giving any reasons? I'd be really disappointed if they don't give reasons. Okay, here are the reasons. The company has a relatively low free float, 95%. By the way, this is a Germany-based company. You can see here Berlin, which is another weird reason why they're listed on the ASX when they're Berlin or Germany-based. So approximately 95% of the company's issued securities are held by MSG directly in shares and through CDIs. Okay. Limited trading. Since the period of time affected by COVID-19, there's been significant sustained decline in trading volume. Fair enough. There it goes. Undervalued securities. This is management saying, we are undervalued. The market does not appreciate us. We're going to go off the market because we think we'd be valued higher. Consider the price at which the company's CDIs have traded over an extended period of time do not fairly reflect the underlying value of a company's business or its net assets. If that is truly what you think, do share buybacks. It's so simple. Well, then they might say, well, we're not, there's not much liquidity, that sort of thing. Oh, lack of investor interest. That's because you're not free cash flow positive, profitable, that sort of thing. Methinks, yes. Cost of continual listings probably is a big cost. Management time and effort. Come on. Okay, so let's have a look at what I might do is have a look at the last Appendix 4C. Here it is. And I just want to see if they are operating cash flow positive. Let's have a look. 76 million pounds of receipts in 1 quarter. So this is a fairly big company. So that's 1 quarter, which means we're talking about euros, not pounds, euros. 300 million euros of receipts or revenue, and they were operating cash flow positive this particular quarter by 4.6 million euros. But yeah, they were free cash flow positive. Well, there you go. Do they have much debt? $62.5 million of debt, euros of debt. So this company has a fair bit of debt. Pretty sure the market cap of this company is fairly low as well. I'm thinking like 10 million, which sounds weird. So $10 million, 3.2 million. Is that right? $3.2 million markup. So this company has a markup of 3.2 million and has $65 million of debt, which means enterprise value of this company is 68 million. So that's the way you value this company, not the market. So the market just doesn't like this company at all. Hates this company right now. And one of the reasons probably is that debt. And I just don't think this is a high quality market, sector, business model. I just don't think it's a high quality business model. I don't think it's the sort of business model that's not going to succeed very well. It's not 3M company. Marley Spoon was a bit of a darling. You can see this during the COVID-19, which makes sense. Have meal kits delivered directly to your house. Oh, that will be a great thing. Share price reached a high of $3.80 about September 2020. So it's gone from $3.80 to 2.7 cents. I'm hoping no one watching this video has been a long-term Marley Spoon shareholder because that's horrendous. Woo! Anyway, so Marley Spoon no longer going to be listed on the ASX. Are they dual listed or anything? Let's have a look. Marley Spoon. We can easy see Marley Spoon. Yes, they are. So maybe it's, well, that's ugly too. So it looks like they listed on the German market after us. I don't know. Don't know the whole story, but I'm spending too much time on Marley Spoon. Coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, possibly should have come in at number 1. We have Biome. I've mentioned this company a few times, and they released an announcement today. Biome, I hope I'm pronouncing that company right, expects to exceed financial year 24 forecast. So this is a revenue upgrade. What did I say on Twitter? I actually did mention this company on Twitter. And 2 people liked my post. 2 people. Biome revenue upgrade, now forecasting financial year 24 to be 12.5 million. Also expecting to be operating cash flow and EBITDA positive for a second consecutive quarter. Market discovered Biome about a year ago. Share price has quadrupled since. Sometimes the market is early and right. And that's absolutely true. And the first time I did a video on Biome, so you got the whole announcement right there. The first time I did a video on Biome was way back in the middle of, if you go to the daily chart, was March or June. In fact, I can tell you. It's easy, Biome. First time I did a video on this company was Introduction to Biome Australia on the 5th of June 2023. So let's go back to the chart. 5th of June 2023, the share price of this company on the 5th of June was 7.6 cents. Now it's 37 cents. I just wished I kept following this company. So the company did stand out to me for a few reasons, but the chart looked ugly at that point. I just didn't continue following the company because the share price broke out not long after that. So share price broke out on the 7th of July, 1 month after I did that video. Share price broke out. And if I was following this company a little bit more closely, I probably would have seen that breakout because it's on high volume. It would have come up on my 3-month scan, which I wasn't doing back then. And yeah, this would have popped up. And the chart has been looking good. Now, the chart, share price hasn't been doing anything for much over the past 3 months, sort of going sideways. So this is not a breakout. Share price has rallied, what was it, 17% or so, but it's not a breakout. Share price has been higher in the past 3 months. In fact, the share price high was on the 4th of March. But things are still moving in the right direction for Biome. Market cap of this company is about we'll say 80, almost 80 million now, I'm assuming. 78.8 million. So profitable. Did they mention profitable? Well, it's a revenue upgrade and EBITDA positive and operating cash flow positive, which doesn't mean necessarily they're going to be free cash flow positive. So that's a different matter. But they will be focusing on the positives, not the slightly negatives. Anyway, so that's Biome. Coming in at number 2, a company I do like. Coming in at number 1, we have a company I do own, a very popular company in the world. Most people do own their products. I own about 5 of their products, and that's Apple. And the reason this company popped onto my radar and is the top announcement of the day is because look at the chart. Look at the last day. Share price rallied 7.3%. 7.3% in one day, and the share price now at an all-time high. There's me buying Apple a little bit late to the party, but it's okay. And it's really interesting because I did actually, Apple, order is AAPL. I had no idea. No, it's dollar. It's not dollar. It's not hash. It's dollar. I had no idea Apple had sort of what do you call it? What do you call it? Sort of a meeting, something. WWDC, whatever that's called. So what usually happens to Apple stock after release is a bunch of stuff at WWDC. So they had some sort of conference, I don't know what you call it, and they just revealed what they're going to put in terms of Apple intelligence, so that's what they call their artificial intelligence, into their iPhones. And people seem to absolutely love it. There were a few tweets I did see, just went through all the things they're adding to the iPhone in regards to Apple intelligence. And I think the market obviously absolutely loves it. Yeah, I'm just trying to find one simple tweet. Here we are. Best part about Apple going AI is they won't have to deliver on much of anything for a good while. And I was listening to a podcast today, and the guy was going through some of the advances or the artificial or Apple intelligence they are doing. And yeah, he just loved it. This guy just loved it. Oh, I'll be able to do this now. And the other person mentioned this might make a lot of the apps that you have to download obsolete. Sort of like what's Vimo? That was one of the things they mentioned. This could make Vimo obsolete. Hiking apps obsolete as well, which is interesting because I love hiking. And they're talking about other apps that might be made obsolete by what Apple is doing. So it sounds like Apple has released. Twitter is just turning to crap. Apple. Let's do a tweet. Not a tweet. Let's do Apple. So what is WWDC? Let's do that. WWDC. Everything Apple announced at WWDC 2024. Here we go. Everything Apple has released. Yeah, it's AI, but it's Apple intelligence, not artificial intelligence. Maybe you can do this yourself. They were also mentioning Grammarly might be obsolete now. May be obsolete now because of Apple intelligence, which is interesting. Clean up your photos. That was really interesting. You can delete people, like they were talking about. You could delete your ex from the photo, and here they're deleting someone in the background. which might make one of my favorite followers is a guy who I see I do follow him, and oh, where's my profile? Following. Where's following? Following. It's probably way down the bottom. I reckon this might make this guy obsessed, although this guy is more of a comical comedy, and it'd be awful if I haven't not following him, because I should be following him. Can't even think of his name, but here he is. This is him. So James Friedman. So he does this. So he gets sent photos from people, and they say, for the instance, this one. So they took a photo, and there's this old woman in the not the background. She's just next to him, and the photo owner says, "Can you delete this person from the photo?" What they say: "Here's a beautiful photo of me and my boyfriend. The granny lady on the left didn't want to move and let us have a nice pic. Can you hide or camouflage her? Thanks a lot." And there you go. So it's more of a comical take on these requests. So now with this new Apple Intelligence, the person who took this photo will be able to delete the person they don't want in it. But I'm going to say this might make this person obsolete, but he doesn't really. I just like, on occasion, looking at all this fun things he does. Yeah, whoa. Anyway, that's James Friedman. Okay, so that's the top announcement of the day. Not really an announcement, but the market loves, because there has been this thought that Apple is starting to fall behind when it comes to AI. A lot of these thoughts are out there. So maybe now people are going, wait on, it's just that Apple have been keeping stuff secret, maybe. They haven't been revealing stuff, and now they're starting to reveal what we'll be able to do in the future with our iPhones, and some of the apps we're using will become obsolete, which makes sense because I owned an iPod for the longest time and don't need an iPod. Most people don't need cameras anymore. They're obsolete. So as we go through time, more and more stuff, more and more apps will become obsolete, because iPhone will be able to do that because of their artificial intelligence stuff. Okay, few charts to look at. First one is DXN. This has been a wild ride for DXN, not the weekly chart, daily chart. Look at that. So I discovered this company, not really discovered, on the 6th of June. I put in a bid at 4.1 cents. Share price the next day went down as low as 4.2 cents and then closed at 5 cents. The next day, so on that day, it rose 8.7%. Yesterday, it rose on the 11th of June, it rose another 20%. Today, another 18%. Have I missed my boat? Not necessarily. I would expect eventually a bit of a pullback. Now, it's been interesting. I think there's been a lot of buying, so not a lot of selling. So none of the sellers are going down to meet the first buy. You can see the share price is 7.1 cents, and the first seller is at 7.1 cents. The first buyer is 6.6. So if you want to buy shares in this company, you have to hit the sell side, because none of the sellers are hitting the buy side, because they don't have to, because there's such demand for shares in this company that the demand is hitting the buy side or the sell side, and that's why the share price keeps on rising. So there are no sellers going or selling on market, that sort of thing. And that's why the share price has kept on rising. This is the one company I've been following the last few days. I was just interested to see how the market has been performing, and up another 18% today. So I haven't been following this company all day. I've followed it for the first maybe 10, 15 minutes on Open today. I was following it yesterday for maybe 20 minutes, and then the previous day I was following for about 20 minutes. And that's one thing I recognize is there's no one selling on market, and that's the reason why the share price has risen probably about 80% in the last 3 days, and that's an absolutely astonishing chart. I would expect the share price to pull back. That's not going to continue. The share price should pull back, because you get investors like me who are going, no, I'm not going to buy now. It's getting a little bit too frothy, and the share price should pull back. What would I buy? If I see the share price getting down to maybe 4.5 cents to 5 cents, maybe I would take a position in this company. Drone Shield, yeah, Drone Shield and Demerix, all companies whose ticker codes start with D, and companies start with D as well. Yeah, so Drone Shield just keeps on looking really good. A beautiful looking chart for Drone Shield. Any single time there's a little bit of a dip, we see some really good buying coming in. I think it's getting a little bit too stretched now. I'd say it's probably over sport, and I can confirm that. Someone asked me, why don't I use RSI to see if a company is overbought or oversold? And you just can tell. Here it is. Yeah, it's overbought. It's without doubt it's been overbought. I don't need RSI to tell me that. And when I see that, it's a little bit overbought. I would expect a little bit of dip. And the dip I would be thinking would be towards between about $1.05 and maybe $1.12. So that's a fairly big dip. Maybe what's that? Almost a 20% dip. Wouldn't be surprised to see that. We have seen it in the past not long ago. And Demerix, share price of this company keeps on going up. So this is an example of me adding to a position. So I had a position in this company. I actually traded this company, bought on a dip here somewhere. I think it was this dip here. No, it was this dip here. In early January or late January, I bought on this dip. Then I took profits up here somewhere. And then I rode my profits. And then when the share price broke out on the 27th of May, I took a trading position in Demerix. And that was actually a really good call. So share price of that trading position is now up 50%. And the chart looks good. But just like Drone Shield, I think it would be healthy for the share price to, if not pull back, at least go sideways. Maybe it's the other way around. It would be preferable if the share price just goes sideways, consolidates. That would be nice. And if not consolidate, at least pull back a little bit on decreasing volume. So when we do see a pullback in Drone Shield and Demerix, if we see those, we want to see low volume. We don't want to see a lot of selling coming in. That would be a good move. All right, so that's all I've got for today's video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope there was enough investment talk in today's video, but it's a fairly dull day. I don't mind if tomorrow and Friday are dull days because I will be a little bit busy both of those days. I still intend to do ASX Daily Rundown video. I've also recorded 2 other standalone videos on Big River Industries and what's the other one? On graffiti. I always want to say graffiti, but it's graffiti. So look out for the videos on those 2 companies in the next week or so. That's it for today's video. Have a good day. Talk to you later. And don't forget, I'm not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.